This image portrayed in the online trading space with regards to the lifestyle of a trader. You see all the time on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram of traders showing off a lavish lifestyle with the underlying message that inherently suggests an easily attainable, extravagant lifestyle that is readily available to everyone. People get attracted to that kind of stuff. The entire focus has been on giving people the dream of what they want rather than giving them what they need to achieve it. The same is true in the online education space. You'll find that most online trading programs are designed and structured to maximize online sales rather than true education. This may be the reason why there's a disconnect between what people think trading is like versus how trading really is for the market professional. The truth is, trading is anything but easy. You'll find out that while you can definitely make money very quickly, you can certainly lose it even quicker if you don't know what you're doing. But not everything about this lifestyle portrayed should be discounted. Some aspects of the trading lifestyle are real and achievable, but be prepared to work hard, be prepared for a big challenge. If you're dedicated, you might find yourself attaining a version of this lifestyle that many aspiring traders strive for. But realize this, when you trade the markets, you are competing against some of the brightest minds on the planet and some heavyweights from the Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanleys of the world, and to some extent, supercomputers. Competing for trade entries and fills, and competing for exits. This goes on every day. In order for you to come out on top and be a consistent winner, you have got to be able to put in the work. It goes without saying that certain sacrifices have to be made. But with success from trading, you can enjoy the lifestyle that trading offers. The geographical mobility, to be able to trade from anywhere around the world, to have full immediate access to international markets, to choose where you want to work and when you want to work, to be your own boss, be your own man. In the end, it is all about claiming your freedom, to be where you want, to do what you want. Trading the markets can potentially do that for you. Alright, so instead of me telling you what the lifestyle of a trader looks like, I'll rather show you. The first thing you want to realize is that you need to keep yourself close to the markets to some degree on a daily and weekly basis. The intensity to which you stay in tune with the market depends on the trading time frame that you choose to engage the markets in. So, if you are day trading, meaning you are watching and trading price action intraday, then the level of market preparation required goes way up, and the demands on you increase dramatically compared to if you are a weekly based trader or investor who has a longer term trading investment horizon. But in general, you've got to be aware of important events and dates that could impact financial markets that potentially set up big moves. So if I go here to this economic calendar, I will see some of the key events for the following week. This is the first thing I do. I write down the narrative and note down key economic events and announcements. Now, many people will have you believe that you do this preparation and analysis to help you predict what the market is going to do. This is an illusion that many create for themselves because it gives them an illusion of certainty and it makes them feel good. This is not a case for success. I try as much as possible to avoid predicting what the market is going to do. Even though sometimes when you get good with our techniques, the accuracy in which you can call moves can create the impression that you could in fact predict price moves. But this for me is an ego trap. I try to catch myself from doing that and avoid that. I don't care who you are, you cannot predict the market. Many experts will have you believe that they know with certainty what's going to happen and when they do. When it comes to market timing, even the very best have got it wrong. And recognizing this will save you a lot of pain. This uncertainty that surrounds the market is something that you need to learn to embrace and respect. Respect the market for what it can do. The market can do whatever it wants to do at any given time, regardless of what the fundamentals suggest or what you think and believe it. So, why do this kind of analysis? This preparation gives you a sense for what might go on in the coming week. This way, you can be mentally prepared for a trading opportunity if it sets up during the week. And in the case of significant announcements like the FOMC or major stock earnings report, you'll want to avoid carrying heavy positions going into such events without the ability to control your loss. Volatility surrounding these announcement releases can be crazy, and typically as a trader, I try to avoid them altogether. I usually wait for the reaction of those news to subside and then try to find a technical point where my methods say I can get into the trade with a predefined risk. You see, it's not about being right. It's always about risk management. I have learned it the hard way through my battles with Wall Street. It doesn't pay very well to try to be right. Doing this kind of analysis and preparation ensures that you know what's going on in the week ahead. And if you are trading intraday, you don't carry big positions going into these events. It also prepares you for potential trading opportunities that could set up after those events. I also write down my thoughts and do my analysis that would set up my trading frame for the week ahead. I then do my technical analysis on my charts, from the higher time frames down to the lower time frames, to highlight important key technical levels for instruments that I'm interested to trade that week. You'll be able to see how I set up my charts and do my weekly preparation for trading each week in weekly market videos, which is what I do typically on a Sunday evening when I'm relaxed and in a fresh state of mind. It is important for you to set up a trading routine that is sustainable, that you can follow. I picked this up when I was still at my job as a junior trader at a commodity trading firm, and my manager would come to the office at the same time 2 hours ahead of everyone before the market opens, and I'll watch the way he set himself up day after day for more than a year, and I can tell you that he almost operated like a clock. There's a time to do analysis, time to eat, a time to monitor the markets, a time to take a break. This was something that I picked up and implemented into my trading approach. You have to build consistency in your schedule and test your actions in order to be able to approach trading the markets consistently. And to do this requires a certain level of discipline and work. Loving this game and challenge helps, because this really is a professional sport that requires mental aptitude. Yes, the rewards are definitely there for the taking as well. After each trading day, I try to get to bed early enough, and I typically wake up around 12 to 1 p.m. over here in Bangkok. I don't allow myself to look at the market right away. Most days I play basketball to start each day getting some cardio in. And I do it because it's fun, and in that way I start the day right. Then I'll try to make sense of what happened during Asian trading, which usually reacts to what happened to the US markets the day before. I will then look at the European Open, scan through the news feeds very quickly, look through the charts and update them if I need to. Then I switch off mentally and disconnect, rest my mind. You have to be able to disconnect yourself from the markets if you are going to be doing this for the long term. If you start worrying and thinking about every tick on the S&P across various forex pairs and financial instruments, mentally and psychologically, you are not going to last very long. I used to trade the European hours early when I first started trading, and then trade till the US market closed at 3:15 AM here, Bangkok time. The reason was I did not want to miss my trade entries or exits that could either happen during European trading hours or the US trading hours. To do this from my experience is unsustainable longer term. There's much more to life than that next tick on the S&P. Now I only prepare for and trade the US markets, and that is why I predominantly focus on trading the E-mini S&P futures market and US stocks. I dropped trading forex as a consequence of a lifestyle choice. I want to maintain a certain balance around my routines that is sustainable and that excites me enough and drives me forward. On a daily basis, do something that takes your entire focus that you enjoy, that has nothing to do with the markets. Personally, I like to hit the gym every day for an hour. I go to this gym that is just 5 minutes walk away from my apartment. And for me, when you are lifting weights or any activity that is challenging enough, the last thing on your mind is the S&P 500. I cannot stress enough the importance of taking your mind off the markets, not to mention the health benefits. So I highly encourage you to schedule exercise or activities into your routines. It need not be gym work. Do whatever that suits you best. I choose to live where I live because it takes me 5 minutes to get to the gym, 5 minutes to get to one of the best onsen spa here in Bangkok. So after my gym workout, I relax and meditate here for another hour, sometimes tossed in swimming during my non-workout days. And I cannot tell you how much incorporating these activities into my daily routines have helped sustain the level of focus required for Wall Street. Lifestyle design is critical to one's sustainability as a trader. By making it easy to follow a certain routine, I arrive back at my trading room each day, fresh, in a good state of mind, and ready for Wall Street. Think of any competitive athlete, a boxer before a fight. Any athlete before a big match. They take care of themselves and prepare in a certain way before the big game. You, the professional trader, is no different. You'll be competing against some of the brightest minds on Wall Street under time duress. You've got to make sure your mind is right and sharp when the bell rings at 9:30 AM New York time. So I do what I need to do prior to that, totally disconnect from the market, but I will arrive back here in my trading room latest by 7:30 AM New York time, 2 hours before the market opens for trading. This is when I have to get into the zone and start to get connected with Wall Street mentally, and heighten my sensitivity to and reaction to price action on the charts. I'll look through the notes I did earlier to get my mind back on track. I want to update my charts and know where price is trading across the instruments that I'm monitoring that week. This is when I start to get a real sense of how the trading day could look like. Closer to the market open, where all available market-related information starts to come together and the world starts focusing on Wall Street. I would look at potential trade setups that could happen, make notes in my trade journal, and it's going to be like, if the market does this and we have this and this directional indicator as additional trade context, then this is what I'm going to do. Or it could be, this over here is an important technical level, and if you do trade there, I will be looking to act. But I might wait for confirmation to see how price action looks like when we do get to that level before pulling the trigger. All this preparatory work is done in that 2 hours before the market opens, and you'll want to be as specific and clear as you can be with what you might want to do to the level that is reasonably possible. A lot of that thinking and planning is done in those 2 hours prior to the opening bell, and the saying remains true: the more prepared you are, the better you can trade. Then, after the bell rings at 9:30 a.m., it's about monitoring the markets, updating your charts and strategies, and trade execution. The focus shifts to reading the tape, having the patience to wait for trade setups. Be clear on which trade triggers you want to act on and what you wish to avoid. Be clear on the trading plans that are in play for that day and execute. You will have to do it in order to know how this is. And to be honest, sometimes the interesting thing about trading comes from overcoming the challenges you're faced with. There is a lot of money to be made, sometimes within a very short period of time. But the amount of work that you have to put in order to capture those opportunities under time duress is equally significant. It's one thing contemplating on the money that you could have made on the trade versus actually being there and pulling the trade off and getting filled. And to achieve that takes work, real work. Now, be warned that there are also days when absolutely nothing happens, and you need to recognize and acknowledge that. If you try to force some trades, you can very well end up doing bad trades. Some days, markets move like clockwork and you are able to pull one great trade after another. This is just how the market is. You take what the market gives you, never the other way around. The market decides what it wants to do for that particular day, where it wants to go, the level of volatility. You try to read and participate the best you can. This is also why setting up a sustainable routine is so important. You never know when that next winning trade is setting up. Imagine yourself like a sniper. You are waiting for that perfect shot. If you are well rested, prepared, and have an adequate environment that allows for you to do what you do, you'll have better patience, better discipline, and quite simply, your performance will go up. Set yourself up with an adequate mental trading environment. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of this. Sometimes certain sacrifices have to be made, but like anything in life, you will just have to make them. This is the way I set myself up for trading. It may or may not fit your version of a trader's lifestyle, but I just want to show you the realities of day trading the markets. I do find a lot of enjoyment in this challenge of battling Wall Street from Mondays to Fridays, as it feels like a trading athlete. And the opportunities that are there to be taken on Wall Street, for me, makes this the best game in town. Some of the richest and most successful people in the world participate in it, and I personally can't think of why anyone wouldn't want to take on this challenge of trading Wall Street. And that's just my personality and belief. It's hard, you got to acknowledge that first, but definitely rewarding. And it's not all work and no play. Over the weekends, I totally disconnect and live up life a little. Find that thing that you love, that excites you, and just do it. Plus, you get to trade and work from anywhere around the world. So, take advantage and enjoy this freedom. Not many people, no matter how much money they may have, can say that. And when you're done, get ready for next week's challenge. I have to say, it's a great life.